All right, we're going to take a look here at a pop-up tent. This is a tent we like to give out to the homeless outreach teams. What's beautiful about it is it can actually set up in 10 seconds. So it's all kind of compressed. You pull it out of the bag and you let it fly, and it literally sets up just like this. So you're good to go right away for the people that don't have any shelter and need something like a tent to give them some quick cover from the winter elements. So let's take a look inside here and see what else we got. Okay, so if we take a look inside here, we'll see we have a pretty good amount of room. It's actually a two-person tent, but fits one person quite comfortably, and it's got a little bit of headroom too, which is kind of nice. The other item in here we'll take a look at is a Coleman extreme cold weather sleeping bag. It is a mummy style bag, so it helps keep the heat in a little bit better for you. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pull back the top layer of the sleeping bag, and we're going to see we have this other sort of silver looking lining in here. Let's open that up a tiny bit, and that liner will go all the way down the bag on both sides, and will also be, as we can kind of see, it goes on the back. So what this is this is a aluminized camping mat, normally meant to just be put on the ground when you're camping. The silver reflective layer both reflects heat back up to you, as well as keeping the cold from the ground from coming up on you. So that's very nice. And what we've done here is we've kind of folded it into, we have 3 layers of thickness from the way we folded it, essentially for the back of the sleeping bag. The idea is to keep the cold from the ground away from you with as much layering of the liner as we can. And then we keep sort of a thin layer right here. We take a peek, a few inches, maybe 6 inches top, just along the sides of the bag. That's typically where the bags get kind of cold. If there's a draft of any kind, it usually comes in along the zipper, that sort of thing. So having that up the sides of the bag also helps keep in a little bit of heat, but not so much that the heat can't escape. You want to let the reflective heat, which is wonderful, but you want to let that kind of go out of the top of the bag. That way you don't end up getting too much moisture build up and getting too sweaty. So that's where we're at with this. We're going to try this out here in just a day or two when it gets pretty cold out. So we'll see how it did. All right, it is 11 degrees out with a feels like of -6 degrees, so definitely cold out there. We are using a little infrared temperature device to kind of check out the ground here. The ground temperature is about 1 degree Fahrenheit, so that's what we're going to put our tent on here, and let's go check this out. All right, here's the tent outside set up. As you can see, it's snowing, and time to get in. All right, we are in the tent. We have zipped up the door, and all we need to do now is zip up the sleeping bag, and we'll see you in a little while. So we're out here. It's been a couple hours. Current temperature is 10 degrees out. It's -7 wind chill, and the winds are about 17 miles an hour. So it's a little windy out here, but tent's held up pretty well. Fairly aerodynamic. You know, it didn't move very much, so that's pretty cool. So it's definitely kept the wind away, and that's huge. Let's see, the inner temperature of the bag. Let's take a look here. It is 81 degrees. So it has stayed nice and toasty, which is great. Pretty happy with that. And the silver lining, which we have in here. It's a little hard to see, but silver lining there. The back of it has held up real well and kept the cold ground away. So that's also a good thing. It's been toasty enough in here. I haven't even had to wear gloves, although you certainly could. But that's it. It's done pretty good. Pretty happy with that, and that's it.